Good morning. So thank you to the ADAPT team for inviting me, though you might have noticed from the agenda they've given me just 3 minutes. So it's like one of those pitch challenges, like how much can I say in 3 minutes? And actually that leaves me just time for just one key message. You know, you can hardly go to any event these days, any panel, any discussion, in any topic, where AI doesn't become part of the discussion. I mean, everybody is talking about AI. It's in common parlance now. The man on the street across the entire country and all over the world is talking about AI because of the huge advances that have happened over the last 18 months or so. And as we know, that's happened because of that convergence of computing power and big data and some advances in the way that we do the AI processing. So that's all great. But what's become from that is there seems to be a sort of a spectrum evolving and a spectrum developing about, so where is AI going to go in the future? What is the future of AI? What does it look like? And that spectrum ranges from the utopian type people who think AI is going to be brilliant. From now on, there'll be robots. They'll do my dishes and my laundry and all the stuff I don't want to do. And it's going to be this utopian world and AI will be fantastic for us. It's also going to open up fabulous new opportunities where we can unpack science in a way that we've never been able to do before. We're going to solve for climate and all the other existential crises. So AI is going to be our savior, just one side of the spectrum. But on the other side, there is a group of people who think this is the next big existential crisis, right? That in the best case scenario, you know, human beings become some sort of puppets for the AI masters. We're doing their dishes. Or maybe that's the other way around, where it's a total existential crisis. It's that whole dystopian view of the world. But in my view, the point about it is this. This is not predetermined. Right? It is not determined now where we go with AI. It is up to us to determine that. It's the guidelines, the rules, the guardrails, the policies that we put in place now that the future generations will thank us for or not when it comes to the way AI behaves, you know, for our future generations. It's up to us. So that means it's up to our policymakers. It's up to our politicians to be making really good, informed decisions. They're the ones who are going to have to help us to navigate this through, to make sure that we have safety built into the AI now, not releasing AI into the wild and then trying to make it safe later. That's the whole purpose of this. But if our policymakers and politicians are to do that, on what basis do they do that? Where do they get the information? How do they make informed decisions? And that's where you guys come in. That's where it's really important to have well-funded, publicly funded research, because that's the knowledge and the talent that we need in order to be able to inform policymakers, inform politicians, and give them the knowledge they can to use to make those decisions and to actually set those guardrails for the future. And that's why you are so important to this process. Industry has made incredible strides forward in the last couple of 2 years, 18 months. It's been phenomenal. But what we need is that independent, that academic freedom, that view that we will poke at and look at and be able to challenge the way AI is being built. I don't think we should be thinking of it in terms of utopian ways or dystopian ways. That's up to us. But we will do that really, really well if we can work collaboratively on this. And that's the other part of it. To have that publicly funded research and to be able to do that at the right scale, it's not something that any one country can do on their own. This is a collaborative effort. One of the most fabulous things I came across is a suggestion from sort of European science advisors is that we could actually need something akin to a CERN for AI, where we actually have that compute power, that large-scale investment at a European scale, where we can actually, then each country could tap into that, could bring their own expertise and their insights, and then those countries can use that further to drive different policies and guidelines in each of their countries. It's a really good idea. But of course, being equally conscious that all that compute power taps into that other existential crisis, of course, which is the climate, which we shouldn't be blind to either. Again, I am an inveterate optimist, so I'll just admit that up front. And I actually believe that we can use AI to solve these problems. We can use AI to solve for climate and other existential crises. But it's ours to do. It's our responsibility now, and the work that you do, and the conferences such as today, and the communications that happen. These are the important steps that we need to be taking right now to drive that better future. So I wish you all the success at the conference. I think I've stuck to within my 3 minutes, and I really hope to see that what comes out of today and other conversations is going to give us, as policymakers, as funders, as governments and everybody else, the knowledge and the talent that we need to make the decisions for the future of AI that we want. Thank you.